Good morning, everybody. A relatively short video today with only a few charts that I will show you. The first one will be that of the euro-dollar. We will see that the trend remains pretty negative on the euro-dollar. Then we are going to talk about emerging markets and we will end with Europe. First chart, euro-dollar. As you can see here, I mentioned you numerous times the key support at 1.13. This level was broken this week, once again, tested and even broken, which shows that after two failed rally attempts, so you can see that in January, the rate is likely to test again 52-week lows and may even drop below last year lows, which are around 1.12. You can see the level here, and hit new lows. If we look at the point and figure chart, so this is my mid-term point and figure chart, we can see two consecutive double bottom sell signals here, which is the definition of a downtrend. We can see that the trend has been negative since last year. What this signal suggests is that we may be only at the start of a new downside acceleration on euro-dollar, possibly to 1.0. You can see the targets here, 1.095 or even 1.09. So a significant downside risk. So we can see from a technical point of view that the risk is to see renewed weakness once again on the euro-dollar. Now if we switch to emerging markets, so here I put the chart of the EEM US tracker, which is one of the biggest trackers in the world covering emerging markets. Why do I show you this EEM US chart? The main reason is that usually when you have the dollar going up, it's bad news for emerging markets. So we can see that there is a risk, in my view, of seeing renewed weakness on emerging markets. And this risk, for me, is reinforced by the study of this tracker against its NAV price, so the net asset value. So the white line is the closing price of the EM US tracker, and the blue line is the NAV price. So we can see that from time to time, especially on emerging markets, there could be a discount or a premium against NAV. So you can see here the discount or premium. The discount can reach 2% or minus 2%. So discount of 2% is minus 2, and the premium of plus 2% is plus 2. So we can see here that since the beginning of the year, there has been a significant premium against NAV on this tracker, which shows that there is a strong appetite of investors for emerging markets. At least that's pretty obvious, and this is even reinforced when we look at the inflows on this ETF. We can see very significant inflows since the start of the year, and even bigger inflows since late January. So it shows that the appetite for emerging markets is relatively good. Investors have high expectation now on emerging markets, and in the event of a correction of world stock markets combined with persistent strength on the euro-dollar, I think this area is not in a good shape, and because of the consensus. So we could start in the event of more jittery markets. I think this is a risky area with a potential setback starting on emerging markets. On the other hand, when we look at European markets, stock markets, this is the MSCFP tracker. So same view than on EEM US, similar analysis. So we compare the last price of the ETF against its NAV. We can see that usually the spread with compared to NAV is relatively small. I mean, there is one exception, it's here, but it was due to the lack of liquidity on Christmas, so it was not really relevant. So we saw obviously panic selling around Christmas here, then followed by panic buying just after Christmas at the end of the year. But overall, I would say that since late January, we can obviously see that there is a slight discount against NAV, which shows that investors don't really like European equities at the moment. We can see as well that there were significant outflows on this ETF this week, showing that investors are clearly unloading European equities here. So the sentiment is bullish on emerging, but pretty bearish on European equities. If we look at one last chart, is the relative performance of Europe against the US, adjusted from the currency. We can see here that the spread remains quite bearish. We saw renewed underperformance over the last month on European equities against US equities, also mainly due to the decline of the euro. So the mood towards European equities remains relatively cautious. This spread is close to all-time lows, so we can see that in the event of a pullback of world stock markets, I don't think that there will be really negative surprise on European equities because the consensus is already, consensus expectations are already pretty low. Thank you very much for listening and have a great day.